Welcome back, Reason Rebels. Today we're settling the score, once and for all, on why gas cars are better than electric vehicles. The EV crowd thinks they're saving the planet by driving silent, soulless appliances. We're here with 21 reasons to prove that real cars run on explosions, not extension cords. Let's get started. A 5-minute fill-up beats a 45-minute charge every single time. Let's talk about the most valuable currency on Earth, your time. A gas car respects it. You pull into one of thousands of available stations, fill the tank in the time it takes to listen to one song, and you're back on the road. It's a 5-minute afterthought. Electric vehicles, however, treat your schedule with absolute contempt. The best-case scenario involves finding a rare, working fast charger and waiting for 45 agonizing minutes. That's not a pit stop, it's an enforced lunch break you didn't ask for. EV evangelists call this downtime. We call it a hostage situation dictated by a glorified extension cord. While they're scrolling through their phones, we're already 3 towns over. This isn't a preference, it's just math. Gas stations are everywhere. EV chargers are a scavenger hunt. The humble gas station is a masterpiece of infrastructure, an unspoken promise that you're never truly stranded. They're on city corners, rural highways, and forgotten back roads, offering a level of convenience so total we take it for granted. EV drivers, meanwhile, are forced into a stressful digital scavenger hunt every time they leave their home turf. They juggle multiple apps, cross-reference unreliable maps, and pray the single charger in a 50-mile radius isn't broken, occupied, or blocked by a smug SUV owner. Finding a working, available fast charger feels less like refueling and more like winning a small lottery. Gas cars operate in a world of simple, universal access. EVs exist in a fragmented ecosystem of hope, anxiety, and subscription fees. It's freedom versus a puzzle with missing pieces. All right, pause the debate. Now it's your turn. We've laid out our case, but we know you've got more. Drop your most savage or smartest reason why gas cars dominate in the comments. We're reading every single one, and the absolute best will be immortalized in a future user's edition. Don't hold back. The visceral roar of an engine is infinitely more soulful than a sterile electric hum. An internal combustion engine provides a visceral, multi-sensory experience that EVs simply cannot replicate. The growl of a V8 at startup, the rising crescendo as you accelerate, that's not noise. It's the car's soul speaking to you. It's a mechanical heartbeat that connects you directly to the power you're commanding, a symphony of controlled explosions that stirs emotion. What does an EV offer? A sterile, digital hum. It's the same ambient sound you get from a high-end refrigerator or a disgruntled laptop fan. They've replaced the thunder of horsepower with the polite whine of a soulless appliance. Driving a gas car is a conversation between human and machine. Driving an EV is like operating a very fast, very quiet golf cart. One has character, the other has a charging port. Range anxiety simply doesn't exist for gas car drivers. This is a modern disease, a psychological burden invented alongside the lithium-ion battery. For a gas car driver, the concept is utterly alien. We see the fuel gauge nearing empty and think, I'll stop at one of the next dozen gas stations I pass. It's a mild inconvenience at worst. For an EV driver, that same journey is a constant, nagging math problem. They're obsessively calculating the impact of speed, temperature, and using the air conditioning on their precious remaining miles. They're not enjoying the drive, they're managing a dwindling resource, praying the charger at their destination is real and functional. Gas cars provide freedom from this digital leash. It's the simple, profound peace of mind that comes from knowing your next refuel is always just a few minutes away. You can actually afford to buy a gas car without relying on government handouts. Let's talk about honest pricing. The gas car market is a vast, democratic ecosystem with options for every single budget, from a beat-up first car to a high-performance machine. The price you see is based on engineering, materials, and market demand. Electric vehicles, however, can't survive in that same honest marketplace. Their sky-high sticker prices are often softened by a web of government tax credits and rebates, a fancy term for taxpayer-funded welfare for a luxury product. This isn't a feature, it's a confession that the technology is too expensive to stand on its own. Buying a gas car is a straightforward transaction. Buying an EV requires you to cross your fingers and hope the government subsidizes your purchase. One is self-reliance, the other is a state-sponsored discount. A century of proven engineering beats a decade of public beta testing. The internal combustion engine is one of the most refined, reliable, and understood pieces of technology on the planet. Over 100 years of relentless competition, countless engineering breakthroughs, and trillions of driven miles have ironed out nearly every kink. It's a battle-hardened system that works. Meanwhile, electric vehicles are a grand social experiment, and the buyers are the guinea pigs. EV owners aren't just drivers, they're beta testers navigating a world of software glitches, inconsistent performance, and recalls for issues that sound like they belong to a smartphone, not a car. They are paying a premium to troubleshoot a product that is still in development. A gas car is a finished product built on a mountain of evidence. An EV is a promising but very public work in progress. Gas cars don't lose 40% of their range just because it gets cold outside. A gas car treats winter as an inconvenience. An EV treats it as a near-death experience. Sure, a gas engine might take an extra 30 seconds to warm up, but its fundamental promise of getting you from point A to B remains intact. An electric vehicle, on the other hand, watches the thermometer with terror. The moment the temperature drops, its advertised range plummets by a staggering 30–40%. Suddenly, that 300-mile range you paid a premium for becomes a pathetic 180 miles of pure anxiety. It's a fundamental betrayal of the vehicle's primary function. This isn't a small quirk, it's a crippling design flaw that renders EVs unreliable toys in any climate that experiences actual seasons. Gas cars are all-weather workhorses. Any local mechanic can fix your car, not just a specialized, overpriced technician. The ecosystem supporting gas cars is a testament to true ownership. When something goes wrong, you have endless choices: the dealership, the independent shop on the corner, or the DIY-savvy neighbor. This competitive landscape keeps labor rates reasonable and ensures you're never stranded without options. Electric vehicles operate in a closed-off, monopolistic world. You're not taking your EV to a local guy. You're booking an appointment at a sterile, brand-specific service center where technicians plug in laptops and follow corporate flowcharts. They don't fix parts. They replace entire expensive modules. This isn't repair, it's a high-priced tech support call. Gas cars offer you freedom and choice in maintenance. EVs offer you a service appointment and a massive bill. The dirty secret of battery mining is far worse for the planet than emissions. Electric vehicles are sold under a sanctimonious green halo, a marketing illusion that conveniently ignores the brutal, toxic reality of their creation. The zero emissions claim is a masterful sleight of hand. To produce just one EV battery, thousands of pounds of earth must be mined, processed, and shipped across the globe for rare minerals like lithium and cobalt. This process scars landscapes, consumes astronomical amounts of water, and creates toxic chemical runoff. It's an industry often propped up by exploitative labor practices in developing nations. The EV doesn't eliminate its environmental footprint, it simply outsources the filth to someone else's backyard. A gas car is honest about its emissions. An EV hides its massive ecological sins behind a quiet motor and a charging cable. You can take a spontaneous road trip without military-grade logistical planning. The Great American Road Trip is a cornerstone of freedom, built on a simple promise: a full tank of gas and an open map. With a gas car, you just go. If you decide to take a detour to see the world's largest ball of twine, you can. If you want to keep driving through the night, a 5-minute stop is all you need. That same spontaneous adventure in an EV transforms into a high-stakes logistical nightmare. The entire trip must be pre-planned around the sparse and unreliable charging network. Detours are unthinkable. Every stop is dictated not by desire, but by the battery's desperate need for a multi-hour life support session. Gas cars empower exploration. EVs demand rigid adherence to a pre-approved itinerary. Towing with a gas vehicle doesn't cut your effective range in half. Gas-powered trucks and SUVs are the undisputed workhorses of the world for a reason. They deliver consistent, reliable power under load. When you hook up a trailer, a boat, or a camper, you expect a decrease in fuel economy, but the vehicle remains fundamentally capable. An EV, however, treats towing like a catastrophic system failure. The moment it detects a real workload, its already anxiety-inducing range collapses, often by 50% or more. That 300-mile electric pickup suddenly becomes a 150-mile liability, requiring you to find a charger every 2 hours. It's an absurd proposition that renders the vehicle useless for the very tasks it's marketed for. Gas vehicles are built for actual work. EVs are built to look like they can work until you ask them to. The electrical grid is nowhere near ready for mass EV adoption. The fantasy of a fully electric automotive future conveniently ignores a very fragile reality: our power grid. This sprawling, aging network already groans under the strain of summer heat waves, leading to brownouts and pleas for conservation. Now, imagine millions of EVs plugging in every evening, creating an unprecedented, simultaneous demand spike for electricity. The infrastructure simply cannot handle it without a multi-trillion-dollar overhaul that is decades away from completion. We are being sold a solution that relies on a resource we don't have the capacity to deliver. Gas stations, on the other hand, operate on a robust, independent, and proven distribution system. Pushing for mass EV adoption isn't just optimistic, it's a reckless gamble with the stability of our entire electrical system. The used gas car market offers real choice and value, not just degraded batteries. For generations, the used car market has been the backbone of affordable mobility, offering a massive spectrum of vehicles, from reliable commuters to weekend sports cars. When you buy a used gas car, your primary concerns are mechanical wear and tear, predictable and repairable issues. When you buy a used EV, you are gambling on a single, monumentally expensive component: a degraded battery. You're not just buying a car, you're buying a chemical experiment with an unknown expiration date. The value isn't in the chassis or the motor, but in how much life is left in a sealed black box. The used gas market provides endless options and predictable risks. The used EV market offers a handful of choices and one giant, terrifying lottery. Replacing a dead EV battery can cost as much as buying a whole new car. The single most terrifying phrase an EV owner can hear is battery replacement. It's not a routine repair. It's a financial death sentence. Out-of-warranty battery failures can trigger repair bills of $15,000, $20,000, or even more, a cost so astronomical that it often exceeds the total value of the car itself. In the world of gas cars, even a complete engine or transmission rebuild, the most catastrophic failure imaginable, rarely approaches that kind of absurd figure. This turns an older EV into a ticking time bomb of potential bankruptcy. It's a disposable appliance with a hidden car-sized price tag. With a gas car, you can face almost any repair with confidence. With an EV, one bad diagnosis can effectively total your vehicle. The mechanical connection of a real transmission offers an unmatched driving experience. Driving a gas car with a traditional or manual transmission is an engaging, tactile experience. You feel the gears engage, you anticipate the shift points, and you become an integral part of the machine's operation. It's a physical dialogue between driver and drivetrain that rewards skill and heightens the sense of control. An EV offers a single, monotonous, unbroken surge of acceleration. It's impressive for the first 10 seconds, and then it's just boring. It's the difference between playing a finely tuned instrument and pressing the play button on a speaker. The seamless, one-gear nature of an EV is not a feature. It's a profound loss of connection, replacing mechanical soul with the soulless efficiency of a dimmer switch. You can keep a can of gas for emergencies. You can't keep a can of electricity. The humble jerry can is a symbol of self-reliance and preparedness. For a few dollars, you can purchase a simple, effective insurance policy against running out of fuel. It's low-tech, universally compatible, and gives you the power to rescue yourself or a fellow motorist from a bad situation. What is the EV equivalent? There isn't one. You can't bottle a few spare kilowatts and keep them in your trunk. If you miscalculate your range and run out of charge, your options are a tow truck or a mythical, incredibly slow portable charger that might give you a mile or two after an hour. The gas can represent practical, rugged independence. The EV's lack of a counterpart represents a fundamental state of helpless dependency. Gas cars aren't weighed down by 1,000 pounds of toxic, flammable batteries. Physics remains undefeated. A core principle of vehicle performance, handling, and efficiency is minimizing weight. Yet EVs are saddled with a colossal handicap from the start: a battery pack that can weigh half a ton or more. This massive skateboard-sized slab of heavy metals impacts everything from tire wear and suspension strain to braking distances. Gas cars, built on a century of weight optimization, feel nimble and responsive in comparison. And let's not forget the nature of that weight. It's a densely packed, volatile chemical cocktail that, in the event of a severe accident, can lead to thermal runaway fires that are notoriously difficult to extinguish. A gas tank is simple and relatively stable. An EV battery is complex, heavy, and inherently more hazardous. Resale value isn't tied to a battery's ticking clock of degradation. When you sell a well-maintained gas car, its value is determined by its mileage, condition, and desirability, factors that are largely within the owner's control. An EV's resale value, however, is mercilessly chained to the health of its battery. Every charge cycle, every year that passes, brings with it inevitable chemical degradation that permanently reduces the car's single most important attribute: its range. This creates a terrifyingly steep depreciation curve that makes early mobile phones look like stable investments. You're not just losing value due to new models coming out, you're losing value because the core component of your car is actively dying, day by day. A used gas car is judged on its history. A used EV is judged by its prognosis. Car culture was built on gasoline, grit, and gears, not software updates. For over a century, car culture has been a vibrant, hands-on community built around the shared passion for mechanical things. It's about the smell of gasoline at a racetrack, the satisfaction of tuning an engine by hand, and the camaraderie of a weekend car meet. It's a culture of grease-stained knuckles, swapped parts, and the endless pursuit of tangible performance. EVs threaten to replace this with a sterile, tech bro culture of over-the-air updates, subscription-based features, and performance that is unlocked by a credit card, not a wrench. They're turning cars from machines to be understood and mastered into sealed consumer electronics to be merely operated. The soul of car culture lives in the engine bay, not in the App Store. Gas cars offer a vastly superior range of models, styles, and price points. Walk into the automotive marketplace with a need and a budget, and the gas-powered world offers you a staggering array of solutions. Looking for a cheap and cheerful hatchback, a rugged off-road beast, a luxurious land yacht, a nimble sports coupe, or a family-hauling minivan? There are dozens of proven competitive options for each. The EV market, in stark contrast, is a shallow pond. Your choices are largely limited to expensive sedans and even more expensive SUVs, most of which feel like variations on the same minimalist, screen-obsessed theme. The sheer diversity, creativity, and accessibility that a century of competition has produced in the gas car world simply has no parallel. It's a rich, vibrant ecosystem versus a small, overpriced boutique. In a power outage, a gas car is your escape vehicle, not a giant brick in your driveway. When a natural disaster strikes and the power grid goes down, mobility becomes a critical lifeline. A gas car with a full tank is your ticket to safety. It is a self-contained, independent machine that can evacuate your family, navigate debris-filled roads, and even serve as a small generator for charging phones. Gas stations have backup generators, ensuring fuel is available even when the lights are out. An EV, however, becomes utterly useless. It's a multi-ton paperweight, completely dependent on the very grid that has just failed. In a true emergency, your futuristic electric vehicle is more helpless than a bicycle. The gas car isn't just transportation. In a crisis, it's a vital piece of survival equipment. And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching us dismantle the EV fantasy. If you've got a killer argument we missed, you know what to do. Unleash it in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss a debate. This is 21 Reasons Why. Epic debates, legendary comments.